Quality Foods presents your U14A Oakville Rangers! And there's your Oakville Rangers!
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Trafalgar Park. It is a Saturday afternoon and just about 3 o'clock. Don't worry about the timestamp on the card. We made that before they updated some of the timestamps. It is 3 o'clock. We are just about set to go for game number 10 on our regular season and our second meeting of the Milton Winterhawks. We first played them back on the 19th, I believe. Yeah, the 19th. We played them in Milton, and that was a doozy. So that game we ended up winning 4-3, but with less than a minute to play, with the goalie out, we scored with 56 seconds to tie that game up, and with 42 seconds left on the clock, we went ahead and scored with the extra man while the net was empty to win that game. And oh yeah, the house came down. It was a lot of fun. But they're now in our barn, and they are looking to even that score. So you can be sure that Milton came ready to play. Now, we've struggled the last little bit. The last 10 days or so. Look, we've got injuries. We've got Fanasi is out with an LBI, lower body injury, and Chotar is out with a UBI, upper body injury. And then we've had flus and colds ripping through the team. Guys are just getting back. Some guys have been down for a while. It has been a struggle. We've dropped 2 games. That's okay. We played a home against Halton Hills. We won the first one. Then we got a bunch of guys out of the lineup, a bunch of call-ups in, and just the rhythm wasn't there. So we dropped the game against Halton, and then we dropped the game against Center Wellington Fusion. Okay, well, the first place team was okay. That's a tough battle. But the Halton one, you feel like you should have had it, right? But it just wasn't there, and that's okay. The takeaway here is it's early. Don't panic. It doesn't really matter that much. We look at the standings. Okay, yes, we slipped a couple of spots. But look, there's really only three points separating the whole thing. It's not that big of a deal. Now, if you look at the back half of this month, look, we've got a game today against Milton, then Niagara Falls, and then Brampton, and then Brampton. This month sets up well for us, okay? So, it's all good. Let's just go play some hockey. And you want to play against teams in the top half of the division, teams that have always been perennial rivals, where you expect quality games, quality outputs, and that's exactly where we are set up to be right now, as the boys are just circling back to the benches and touching base and the starting lineups are rolling out. So, you fully expect this to be fast-paced, lots of hits, lots of passing, lots of shots, and intense hockey. And if it's not, all of us will be very surprised. They came ready to cook. Starting lineups will be on the dot: Lambert, left side Hiltz, right side Harvey, on D, Policelli and 2, and in goal, Mr. Declan Ralph. Here we go, 10 on the clock. And right at the gate, the referee has decided that he's going to be part of the show. All right, I will not complain about officiating. All right, here we go, puck drop. Back into our zone, into their zone, Milton, up the right-hand side, knocked off the puck. Down in the inside, picked up, 2, gets ahead of it, he'll slide it around the boards to the far side on the hash marks, up to the blue line, but not out. Quick shot in on net, scooped up by Ralph. And we'll get fresh lines out right away. Lots of different lineup looks here right now. So this lineup will have Resner on the dot, Stacy left, Fissel right. Down in the corner, puck is tied up. Working around, Fissel up the right-hand side, trying to get up out of the zone. Stacy picks it up on the blue line, trying to get inside, trying to score it around the corner. Gets it down deep. Resner drops it for Fissel. Fissel around the back, puts the brakes on, hooking the other way. Puck goes into the open corner. Little will push it forward around to the open corner for Fissel. Fissel comes up to the hash marks, up to the blue line for Ing, but it comes out the blue line, so he'll have to go D to D. But there's pressure on, chipped away and up into the bench, forcing a whistle at 8:55. Fresh legs out, Kenty on the dot with Iannacci and Rakowskis up front. Iannacci breaks it up, trying to feed it over for Rakowskis, goes off a skate, can't get in deep, puck goes down mid-boards, up to the blue line for Hoagie, but not out, he'll step inside. Arm goes up as it's a tripping call. Hoagie was trying to get down through, and the guy got into him a little bit, knocked him off the puck. I didn't really think it was a tripping call, but they got into him, knocked him off the puck. He fell over, down and through. Just some of these calls are what they are, but nonetheless, we are.
You will not complain.
I will not complain about officiating. That's right. Anyway, we're on the power play. Face off down and to the right of Milton. Kenty's going to take the draw. Once again, there's a delay. And the referee's having a full-on conversation with the players. So what is happening? And now there's... Hang on. All right, here we go. Not sure what that was. Maybe I'll figure it out later. I'm sure I won't. Up to the blue line. Puck squirts out down to the open corner, down into the corner for Ralph. Ralph is going to come out and play it. He'll come up to the blue line. Puck comes over the line. They don't call it. Send it right back in. Up to the blue line. Cross ice feed for Kenty. He'll play it off the boards, trying to get inside. Down around the back of the net. Milton breaking up the right-hand side. They'll chip it off the boards. Ralph will play it. 2. Slips it up into the neutral zone for Iannacci. Up high in the zone, gets turned back around the back of the net. Milton. Ooh, player loses an edge there. Kentiel skated up the right-hand side. We got guys high in the zone. Harvey's there. Harvey goes cross-ice feed for Hiltz. Hiltz on the right-hand side. He'll dump it into the end boards. Harvey will catch back up to it. Opposite corner. He'll come back up the blue line for Policelli. Cross-ice feed for Little. Down in the corner. Back up for Little on the blue line. Fires it in behind the back of the net. Loose puck. Comes up to the blue line and rimmed and out. Ralph got a little bit far outside the net there. Cross ice feed for Policelli. Policelli will sidestep, looking for an option. Looks for Hiltz. Puck gets knocked off the stick in the neutral zone. Back to Policelli. He'll come up at the left-hand side for Harvey. Down in the corner for Hiltz. Hiltz puts the juke on in the corner. Turns away from it. Back up for Hiltz. He'll try to move it. A lot more hitting in this game from Milton. Last time we played them, there wasn't as much hitting, but you can see out of the gate, that has been part of the directive this year. Cross ice feed, coming up out of the zone. Little around the back of the net. Up for Stacy in the middle. Stacy cuts through. Wrapped around the boards to the far side. Fissel will pick it up on the hash marks. He'll keep it deep in the corner for Resner. Fissel into the end boards. Out front, quick shot, doesn't get through the traffic, goes off a skate, gets turned back in. Down around the end boards, into the open corner. Fissel there, knocks the guy off the puck. Stacy picks it up in the corner. Center pass out front, loose puck, blue ice, backhand shot, rebound. Misses short on the left side. Back into the open corner for Stacy. Across to the open corner, up into the zone. Milton doesn't get it cleanly, so we break it up on the zone. Far left side, Fissel's going to get to it just a step ahead. The referee skates right into the path and breaks the play up. Great job. I will not complain about officiating. It's so hard. I apologize. Puck goes to the open corner, far side. 2 breaks it up at the blue line. Cross ice feed for Fissel in the slot. Quick shot. Rebound comes out. Broken up. High in the zone. 2 will get their first run the back of the net. Milton down in the corner, down in the back of the net. Loose puck on the hash marks there. 2 comes away with it. Slides it up in the zone, but the play's broken up. He'll have to turn back. 2 backhands it around the back of the net. Scramble in the corner, gets caught up in the feet. Kenty will leave it for 2. 2 will come up for Iannacci. Backhands it up to the blue line, but not out. They get turned back in the zone. Got to pick up the aggressiveness on the breakouts. A little bit more crisp with your intent. We're getting turned in a little bit too easily into our zone and making it easier for them to hold the possession. Then you end up getting pinned in, and then trouble happens. Point shot. In on the net, backhanded towards the net. And in the end boards. And we're going to have a penalty on Kenty. Well, okay, yes, it could have been a penalty, but it certainly wasn't tripping.
Was that what they called?
Yeah, they called tripping. That could have been 2 different things, and tripping wasn't one of them. So, all right.
We will not complain.
Either way, we're down. We're now in a penalty kill situation. 3:39 on the clock. Little will take the draw. Milton high in the zone. They'll go D to D. Shot in on net, into the body. Oh, and the rebound slipped out and they tapped it in. Wait a second, they put it up as a 4-minute penalty.
What?
They called tripping. They called tripping originally and they put it up as a 4-minute penalty. So that's going to be reduced now to 1:50 because they scored 10 seconds in. I'm not sure what, I'm going to have to get clarification about that for the game because the call at the time was tripping. And I looked up and it was at 4. So that is an oddity to me. Up in the zone, high, picked up by Milton. Milton broke us up in the blue lines. We're trying to slip through. Then around the back of the net. Broken up, bottom of the circle, chipped away. Caught him on a bad line change. Lambert's in ahead. Quick shot in on net. Gloved and released. Down in the zone. As Hiltz pushes up and turns them back. Still just over about 1:15 left in the secondary penalty of the double minor. Milton gets down in the corner, center and pass out front. Chipped ahead and out of the zone. Milton gets turned back into the neutral zone. They'll curl back with it. Backhanded up in the neutral zone. Broken up and turned back. Tied up in the feet of the referee. Cross-ice speed. Slips past Milton down in the inboards. Fired off the boards. Stacy gets a poke check on it. He'll fire at the boards, length of the ice. 25 seconds remaining. Bouncing puck up in the neutral zone. Broken up and into the feet, into the circle. Quick shot, misses on the far side. Puck goes down in the corner. Milton on the hash marks. They'll turn, coming out in the slot. Quick shot. Oh, and Ralph got a piece of it with the glove. Kenty's away, coming back the other way, straight at the box, in tight, quick shot over the crossbar by a touch. Stacey will catch up on the hash marks. He'll fire towards the net, gets deflected in around the back of the net. Up the hash marks, far side, turn back into the zone. Kenty sliding it ahead, shoot. Quick shot in on net and turn back as Rakowskis and Stacey are hovering for the rebound, but there isn't one as the boys go in and straighten the lines up. Coming off of that penalty kill, Kenty came straight at the box. The boys saw him on the cherry pick, slid it ahead, got in low, 1:05. Quick shot from the point. Down low from Ing, deflected, but not out. Around the back of the net. Turn back the other way, Milton down in the left-hand side, up the blue line, up and out. Do you recall the time of that goal?
Sadly not.
Something like 3:55, I want to say. I'll look it up after the game. Face-off is down and to the left of Milton, deep in the corner. They'll go around the boards to the far side of the open corner, up to the hash marks, up in the zone, but not out. Ing back down from Little. Cross-ice feed, they'll kick it back up in the neutral zone for Little. Little will fire it back in. Down around the back of the net, turn back, Little at the side of the net. Cross-ice speed. Trying to get loose. Little is there to break up the play on the forecheck. Harvey cuts down the middle, hangs onto the puck in the slot, quick shot, goes off a leg in the dying seconds of the opening frame. And this one will draw quickly to a close here as Milton slides ahead 1-0 from that goal with the came off the front end of a power play goal. Now, What do I see? I'll tell you exactly what I'll see. What I see is that Milton came up being a lot more physical than we did. The last time we played them, thank you very much. Shots just arrived there. The last time we played them up in their barn on the 19th, we did a lot more hitting. Today we're doing a lot less hitting and they're doing a lot more hitting. And that is setting a certain tone, okay? So, get off your heels, get on your toes, lay down some body, and play as big as you are. Because right now you're playing small, and you're not small. You're a physically big team who hits a ton. But today we haven't been hitting as much. Everything else is going just fine. But when you're not hitting, you're letting your guys pin the zone in a little bit longer than you typically would, right? So that's not really the way you want to get, because then you get back on your heels. Be physical, play your game. Don't play their game. Let's get after it, okay? Reiser is going to start us off in the second period. Fissel, Stacy up front with 2 and Hoagie on D. Puck goes back into the corner, around the back of the net. Hoagie will slide it up for Stacy at the hash marks. He'll chip it up behind the zone, but not out. 2 will pick it up. He'll slide it ahead for Fissel. Fissel into the blue line. They put the cot down. Stacy slides it ahead for Reiser, but they couldn't catch up to it. Broken up, low in the zone. Down hash marks. Stacy will skate away with it. At the hash marks, quick shot. Off the boards and up and out of the zone. 2 will catch up with it. Fire it right back in. Puck goes around into the open corner. Stacy will catch up to it first. He'll chip it into the open corner for Fissel. Fissel catches up to it, puts the brakes on. Reiser steps in to give him a hand. 2 is right there. Puck comes up the blue line and just slightly over the line. You saw that one, did you? Missed the last one. I'm sorry. It's been. I've been off. I've been off sick for a number of days. So is Thomas. Our whole family's been down, and I got a lot of pent up negative comments apparently stored away. I apologize. Chip back into our zone, our offensive zone, down in the corner. Chipped ahead by Milton. They get inside of it. Center and pass is cut off on the blue ice by Ralph. Rakowskis knocks his man off the puck on the forecheck, trying to stay ahead of it. Puck is sent into the corner. Ian Archie is there, keeps the body on. Kenty steps in to give him a hand. Puck is tied up in the feet. Rakowskis at the side of the net. Puck comes out to the blue ice. Milton will cover it up and hang on to it. We get some fresh legs out. 13:24 remaining in the first. Still a 1-goal game. Face off down and to the left of Milton. Lambert takes a draw. Puck goes down in the corner. Around the back of the net up to the hash marks. Broken up in the slot, bottom of the circle. Can't get the shot off. Lambert's still there, trying to keep it in the feet. Puck is broken up. Harvey comes away with it on the backhand. Loose puck, quick shot, side of the net. Milton holds the post. Couple of quick whacks at it. Milton coming back the other way, off the boards. Puck squirts ahead, all the way down, and icing will be the call at 12:52. Shots in that first period were 6-6. And I would say possessionally it was pretty even for most of it, except for one stretch. But the hit count, I'll absolutely give to Milton in the first period. They hit us a lot more. Step up the physicality and take the possession time back. Puck comes back to the dot. Broken up. Milton coming on the left-hand side. Tied up in the left-hand side, quick shot in on net. Face off down into the right of Ralph. Into the feet of Fissel. Fissel trying to come through, and he got triple teamed, stayed on his feet. Hoagie will skate ahead with it. Cuts through the middle, juking inside and out. Bottom of the circle, hanging on to it. Backhanded out front, bouncing puck, blue line. Side of the net. Puck goes down in the dot, turn back into the feet of Stacy. He'll kick it back down in the zone, but it gets broken up. Hogerboom catches up to it in the zone. He'll have to turn back, goes off the boards. Knifed ahead for Fissel, one-on-one. Fissel down, he's got Stacy with him. Into the feet, can't turn the play as they got the pressure on. Puck goes down, open corner, side of the net, quick shot from Stacy, gloved by Milton. We'll get some fresh legs out. Face-off's gonna be down and to the right. Kenty on the draw. Iannacci Rakowskis with 2, and Policelli, puck comes up to the blue line. Policelli will fire it back in, gets knocked down by Rakowskis. Up into the blue line, tipped. 2 will go across corner. Down around the back of the net. Knocked away by Kenty. Tied up at the hash marks. Into the corner, round the back of the net. Milton coming up the right-hand side with the touch pass, gets broken up. Broken around the back of the net. Rakowskis will pick it up as he comes up for Iannacci, but Iannacci had to go off a skate, and it'll roll in towards the Milton net, and they will hang on. So we'll get a face-off down low at 10:49. Get some fresh legs out. Lambert takes a draw. Tied up in the dot. Hiltz is there, puck goes up to the hash marks. Center in the back of the net. Lambert trying to catch up to it with the stick check to hold the play down at the end boards. Milton coming back the other way, gets broken up at the blue line, not out. They slide it ahead. Stacy at the hash marks. He's got Harvey with him. Quick shot, loose puck. Side of net, scores! Stacy takes the shot. Harvey digs out the rebound and taps it in. At 10:24 of the second period. Nice, that's working hard in the corners and staying with the play and traveling and catching up to the loose pucks. So now sitting a third of the way through the second period, we're into a 1-1 battle here. Puck goes deep into Milton's territory. They go D to D down at the dot. Puck goes full length of the ice. Icing is called. So we'll come all the way back and to the left or right? To the right of the Milton goaltender.
I just realized the next game is also Oakville Milton. It's all bait.
Oh. Oh, you mean the next time slot following us? Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, I was confused there for a second. Into the corner. A couple of bodies go in. Rakowska steps in to give him a hand. Puck is loose. Trying to squirt it out for Fissel. Goes high off the boards, up off the glass. It'll go all the way back. Milton's on. Little bangs it off the boards for Fissel. Oh, and that is going to be a call. And that, I'm guessing, is going to be... interference. See, they called it interference. So, who took it? Was it Fissel that took it?
It was, yeah.
Yeah. The arms came up and got into the cage. But they're only going to call it 2. which to me is less of a call than the one that was called on 4 earlier, right? Because the hands definitely got up into the cage. Yeah. So, and the other one was called tripping, and then they added on the head contact after the fact. So I always search for consistency in youth hockey with the whistle. You got to teach them the game from the perspective of the officiating. And there's a little bit of an inconsistency there that is tough to figure out what they saw in that moment. That's okay, I'll ask questions later so I get a better understanding so I can gripe about it later. 9:24. So we got 1:45 on the power play here. D-to-D pass for Policelli. Policelli coming up the left-hand side. He'll get on over the line, take it deep into the zone, down to the hash marks, into the end boards. Rakowska steps in to give him a hand. Down around the back of the net, Policelli, he'll come up to the hash marks for Little. Little will send it back in, but it gets picked off at the dot. Policelli trying to slide it over for Rakowskis. Quick shot in on net. Puck comes back up front. Broken up at the blue line by Little. Little goes D-to-D, but it slips up over the line. Rakowskis has to go off a leg. Resner putting pressure on. Puck is knocked cross ice speed into the neutral zone. Halfway through. So the cherry pick pass for Rakowskis. He gets it deep into the zone. Boys were a bit late seeing that. That puck gets fired right into the bench and hit Rakowskis right in the high in the back. As he was going into the bench, he immediately buckled over, but I think he's okay. I think it just scared the willies out of him because he was stepping into the door and went straight in the door and kind of hit him. You can see the boys are wearing a number sign. They've got a stop sign above the name bar. It hit him right up there. Bit of an odd play. Puck comes up to the blue line. Point shot is in and on net and held. Face off down low, 36 seconds remaining on the power play. Kenty will take the draw. Back up the blue line, Hogaboom. Shot goes off a leg. Down high in the circle, chipped up and over. Hoagie fires it around far side. Puck will get sent right back in. They'll try that one again. You're gonna have to skate it, bud. Gets knocked off the feet. Rakowskis slides ahead for Iannacci. Iannacci cuts to the middle. Broken up by Kenty. Loose puck comes up to the blue line. Chipped out. Back to even strength. Up for Kenty. Kenty in over the line on the left-hand side. Puck is bouncing through his feet, not able to keep it clean. Picks up the loose puck. And there's a penalty called right there as Kenty tried to skate in through the zone after he picked up the loose puck and got tangled up there. It gets pulled down high in the zone at 7:03. So once again, we are going on the power play. Fresh lines are out. Lambert will take the draw. He's got Stacy and Harvey up front. They're going to switch the face-off to the other side. Little and Ing on D. Puck gets up into the neutrals, up into the high slot, gets chipped in over the blue line, gets turned back. Cross ice feet for Stacy. Stacy goes cross ice back for Hiltz. Gets knocked off the skate, trying to come back for Stacy. Not able to catch up to it. Gotta wait, get out of the zone. Ing down the far left-hand side. Hick got a quick shot, block it away. Out into the feet off the end boards. Ing picks up the puck. He'll skate it up the right-hand side. Catches an edge. Has it roll off his stick. Has used Trying to break up, Stacy will pick it out. He'll come up in the neutral. Bad line change if we can use it. Stacy up over the blue line, cuts to the middle, in tight, quick shot, scores! As he dances low in the slot, cuts through the guys, splits the D, and at 6:05, we are ahead by 1. Nice piece of work there as he kept the speed up, got tightened in, and split across. It's a tight move. You often get poke check, but when the puck comes through, you get that window. Way to stay with it, bud. Reisner on the draw. Puck is tied up. In the neutral zone, down the left-hand side, Policelli will get there first, chips it back out of the hash marks. 2 helps him out. Puck goes around the back of the net and the end boards. Chipped away. 2 slides it up for Harvey. Harvey looking, cross ice feet, careful. Ooh! Oh, if that was next year's hockey, that is an open ice hit.
Oh, here we go.
Down low in the zone, quick shot, off the crossbar and out of play by Fissel. I got to come back to it. Fissel picked up that play, skating backwards in the zone, and didn't know that the Milton player was coming up to him. Now, this is a big transition year. Next year, Fissel would have landed into the middle of next week on a play like that, right? But they're kind of easing themselves into it. They're not looking for the big open ice hits. So the only point I'm making is always eyes in the back of your head, always know where the D is. In tight, quick shot, in on net, as Rakowskis gets a quick shot off. And the only reason I bring that up is because I had a conversation with my little guy on the way into the game as a reminder, so it's fresh in my mind. Look, you just can't play looking away from the defense and heads down hockey in the moment that you are about to receive a puck, because you guys are getting to be the size of full-grown men. As Hogaboom takes his guy into the boards there, because you're now the size of young men, the hits are huge. You get hit the wrong way, you get injured in a hurry. Safety is #1 priority, right? So I just wanted to reiterate that point, because that was a bit of a tricky situation. That could have been a massive hit. It wasn't, but you're always looking for these things. Never take your eye off the play. Never lose track of the guys that are behind you. Look in the glass as a window, as a mirror, and see who's coming at you. Anything that you can do for that extra bit of awareness, it's huge. So we are short-handed off that hit from Hogaboom. Face off down and to the left. Puck comes back up to the blue line for Milton. Quick shot, side of the net, goes around to the end boards, into the hash marks. Broken up. Back up to the blue line. As Milton fires it around, goes back off a leg. Back up to the hash marks. Policelli pushes along. Little will catch up to it. He's going to skate it up, but not out of the zone. Take that extra step, bud. Take that extra step. Make sure that you get a lot of heat on that step, and that puck is fired up and out of the zone. Especially when you're trying to kill time. You don't want to get pinned in. Your legs won't last. Milton has this set up now in our zone here. Quick shot. Tipped, but over the crossbar. Up on the halfway mark. We got 2 attempts there, one from Stacy and then one from Lambert that didn't get out of the zone. Lambert catches up to this. Down in our zone, comes up and out and turned back into our territory, but we got pinned in for a long time. Almost half of that penalty was spent in our zone, which kills your legs, and now you got to fight against it, right? And that affects you on your next shift out. They're coming back the other way. We've got 25 seconds. Chip back in, that's better. Milton is holding it down below their net while they're trying to get set up. They'll come up the left-hand side, but the puck does not come out cleanly. Puck gets sent ahead. In tight down low, into the blue ice. And held just as we slide through and back into even strength. So face-off, puck is held, but the face-off will be down and to the right of Ralph, but it'll be full strength. We'll make a couple of changes here so that we've got the matchups and the lineups we were looking for. 2:57 remaining in the second period. 2 will pick it up. He'll squirt it around to the open corner for Fissel. Fissel will skate it, going cross-ice feed, gets knocked down in the neutral zone. Fissel gets a little bit more of it, but breaks it up just enough. Milton chips it ahead into the zone. Back up to the blue line for Milton. Quick shot in on net, patted away. Reisner chips it ahead up in the zone. Fissel is there trying to knock it down. Gets sent up cross ice to the open wing. Puck is kind of going back and forth there. Picked up back in our corner by Harvey. Harvey will slide it ahead for Fissel. Cross ice feed to the open wing. Harvey comes away with it, bottom of the circle, hangs on to it. Trying to get that shot off, but the poke check took it away, and we have got a whistle, but I didn't see the call. Oh, their face mask got, that's a couple times that's happened now. Their face masks got hooked together and they got up close and personal. So, so we're going to pull the face off outside of our blue line. Milton takes it down into their zone. Puck is sent the length of the ice. Icing is waved. Policelli will get their first touch. He'll chip it around the back of the net for Little. Little up to the hash marks. Milton breaks it up. Puck comes high in the zone. Turn back. Little catches up to it. Feeds it ahead for Kenty. Just out of reach. Puck squirts ahead up into the corner. Play is broken up. Milton trying to come up the left-hand side, sorry. In tight, down low, quick shot, turn back. High in the zone, the shot is tipped towards the net. Squirts off into the open corner. Policelli trying to break it up. High in the zone, off the boards. Trying to get loose. Milton, quick shot down low, patted away, 30 seconds remaining in the second period. Up at the blue line, now it's up into the neutral zone. Gets sent in, goes off a leg and not out. Milton trying to break down the right-hand side, they'll chip it ahead. High in the zone. Quick shot in on net, cleared away. Up to the blue line and out, but that's going to do it as the second period draws to a close. As the 2 goals came at the 10:24 mark by Harvey and then the 6:05 mark by Stacy to put Milton, who was up 1-0, now down 2-1 in favor of Oakville. Very different second period of hockey compared to the first.
That was terrible.
See, so I didn't have to complain about the officiating. One of the parents walked by from Milton and he had very similar sentiments. So as the shot clock keeper rolls by, the shots in the second period were 13-9 for a total of 19-15. Thank you. 19-15 overall in favor of in favor of Oakville. While I have a quick second, you want to throw it over real quick?
Sure.
I just want to remind everybody about the Is it coming up there? Oh, barely, yeah. Look, okay, so the next games we've got, tomorrow we're down for an interlock game against the Canucks in Niagara Falls. And then we play 2 games against Brampton, and then right there, we're down in Canada. Thank you. We're down in Canada to play that tournament. That's going to be a good tournament. A lot of good teams in that loop that we're going to be playing. So really looking forward to that one. But between now and then, we got some work we want to do with our divisional and interdivisional play. As the third period gets underway, fresh 15 on the clock. Reisner, Stacy with Hiltz, and Hogaboom with 2. Back on D. Puck goes down in the corner. Hiltz on the right-hand side. He'll chip that ahead. Broken up and sent the length of the ice. Icing is waved. Stacy gives chase. Stacy with the poke check to break it up. Out front, comes away with it, trying to slide it up to the Hogaboom in the high slot, but it rolls off the poke check. Going back the other way, Milton, quick and in tight with the shot in on Ralph, who makes a fantastic save. But the puck gets held down in the zone. Lots of pushing and shoving there on the top of the crease. Fresh legs are coming out. Reiser on the draw with Fissel and Harvey. Tied him on the hash marks on the right-hand side. Trying to move it ahead. Fissel and Harvey working it together. Sorry, Little and Harvey. Puck is shot over the net into the open corner. Ing coming down the middle. He's going to slide it across for Harvey. Harvey chips it in the zone. Fissel giving chase. They're tied up. Fissel gets there first. Comes back the other way. Trying to slide it up for Ing in the zone, but gets broken up. Goes cross ice to the open wing. Harvey giving pressure. Catches an edge. Fissel in the neutral zone. He'll turn. Puck gets sent in, blocked it away to the end boards. Up to the hash marks. A Little will get there. He'll chip it in the zone. Up on the left-hand side. Up and out for Fissel. Fissel will chip it back ahead. Milton on the side their pass gets picked off, but Ing catches an edge there on trying to make that tight hook turn. Milton in low. They'll come back up to the blue line with it. Broken up. Oh, can he get loose? He's trying to get loose. Iannachi's trying to spring Rakowskis, but that bouncing puck was just not having it. Opportunity was there. They could turn back. Puck goes down in the end boards. Tied up high in the slot, bouncing puck gets loose. Milton trying to come up with it. Tied up on the mid boards, up and out of the zone. Rakowskis trying to put pressure on as Milton goes D to D. Puck gets shot in. Loose puck comes off the end boards, up into the slot, pops out in the front. Nobody there. Puck comes back down into the open corner as Milton centers the pass out front, up to the high slot. Takes it to the dot. Big hit there from Rakowskis. Kenty will chip it ahead, goes off a leg, doesn't get out, high in the zone, gets turned back into the inboards. 12 minutes remaining in the third. Puck squirts off to the hash marks. Center and pass is broken up with the poke check. Another shot in on net, side of the net. Big save there by Ralph, and a follow-up save as he kept the door closed. Another shot in on net from Ralph. As Ralph is doing lots of good work there in the last 3 or 4 shots. Come over and give him a glove tap, boys, because he just did a piece of work that that is there you go. Nice little tap from the boys. There you go. They recognize, they saw the work that he just did. That pressure down low. Look, the first save is one thing. but the second save gets harder, and the third save gets even harder because you have to recover from the first save to make the next, to make the next, to make the next. And every other rebound and save that he has to make, or any goaltender has to make, just the level of difficulty goes right through the roof. Huge props to Ralph today. Lambert will take the draw. Stacy with Harvey, Policelli, and Ing. Quick shot goes high on the glass into the neutral zone. Into the inboards for two. Two will come around from the hash marks on the back of the net. Two trying to slides over for Stacy. Stacy goes cross ice for Harvey. Harvey will chip it ahead up into the zone. Lambert goes in. He'll send it back to Stacy. Stacy up to the blue line. It gets poke checked. Milton comes away with it. In over the line on the right-hand side, trying to cut to the middle. Backhand doesn't make it through. Cleared away. Puck goes off a leg around the back of the net. High off the window. Stacy picks up the loose puck. He's down. One-on-one, he'll hang on to him, fire that in on net, and force the goaltender to hang on to it. And that will get us a face-off down low, fresh legs out for everybody. 10:29, third period. Still a 2-1 game. Puck goes down in the hash marks. Fissel in the corner. Down around the back of the net, coming up the other way. Cross ice feet is chipped ahead there. Into the legs. In tight, quick shot. And Milton scores as they come across the slot and get the backhand off Ralph, who's sliding across. Time of the goal is at 10:07. So 10:07, this is a 2-goal game. I told you this was just going to be a grind 'em, low scoring, lots of shots kind of game. And these teams know each other. They've played each other hard for years. This is exactly what you would expect. It is never over until you get to the tail end of the clock. And the boys fight to the very end. Both teams do. They always do. Chipped off the boards. Fissel gets it up the line, not out. Bouncing puck. Reiser trying to move that puck out. Quick shot goes in on net. Padded and held by Ralph. Face-off will be down and to his left. Kenty will take the draw. Burkowskis up front along with Ianacci. Holgerboom in 2. Puck goes down in the low slot. They clear it away. Tangled up in traffic on the dot. Squirts off into the corner. Holgerboom will get there first. He'll chip it off the boards. High in the zone, not out. Now up and into the neutral zone. Milton's doing a very good job of pinning us up high in the zone on that secondary breakout pass and not letting us exit the zone cleanly. That is a problem we have to solve if you want your breakout to be more effective for you today. They're really trying to just right from about the gate down to the blue line on that side there, on both sides of the ice. They're just really throwing that extra man in us. Puck comes out to the side of the net. Oh, puck squirts across. Ralph has lost his stick. Puck comes up and out of the zone. Ralph has got a chance to grab his stick as they curl in the neutral zone. Puck is sent back high in the zone, up. Oh, the net. the nets off the moorings. Yeah, they're doing you can see there, if you just swing the camera just for a second, that space from where's my pen? From right there, on both sides of the ice, they're killing us. That is half of Milton's work. They're doing it in that zone, and that's the play that's holding us in our zone and getting us pinned in. They've been doing it in the power play on a regular strength, not as much, but some, and that's just really difficult right now. It's kind of killing our momentum and our flow, and we've got to do a better job on that. Coming down the right-hand side, Lambert, oh, dodges a check down low, side of the net. Milton coming back the other way. Broken up in the neutral zone. Stacey takes it in over the line. As Stacey fights off the check with the reverse hit. Bouncing puck, low in the zone, comes up in the neutral zone, goes the length of the ice, got a man on. Give him some support as he goes in. Little will get there first. He'll go up to the hash marks, chips it off the boards. Up and out the zone, trying to move it across. Fed ahead for Stacey. Gets in tight, runs out of space. With the D, gets turned back at the blue line. Milton coming back the other way, broken up, low in the zone. Curl back to the open corner for Stacey. He'll chip it up for an icing call. Face-off will be down and to the left of Ralph. Pardon me. Riser on the draw. Fissel with Harvey. Up on the boards. Play's broken up. Policelli knocks it down. Just at the dot, comes high in the zone on the boards there. Milton comes away with it down into the hash marks, into the corner. Gets backhand around the back of the net, but not far. Milton breaks it up and has a piece of it chipped up to the blue line, but not out. Turn back. You can see once again that high zone play on the forecheck work off of Milton. Just a bit of a problem. Now we've got turned back into our zone. Milton cuts through the high slot for the feed, doesn't connect. Quick shot in on net, patted away, broken up for Fissel from Harvey. Fissel down the left-hand side. Just push off into the boards there, back into the inboards with the poke check from Kenty to keep the puck down below the goal line. Fissel chips it over to the open corner where Kauskis is there, comes up the blue line and out. Icing is waved off. Coming down the left-hand side, the cross-ice feed for Milton in over the blue line. Down below the goal line, Milton looking for an option down there. Players go down, loose puck by Rakowskis. Rakowskis trying to feed it up, but it's broken up. Quick shot in on net and gloved and held by Ralph at 4:49 remaining in the third period of this tie game of the Milton goal at the 10:07 mark. Pardon me. I apologize for coughing right in your ear. Quick shot off the draw for Milton. Puck comes up high in the zone. Stacey pushes it ahead for Little, around the back of the net. Feeds it up for Lambert high in the zone. Puck is loose. Stacey trying to jump ahead. with the poke check. Little picks up the loose puck in the neutral zone. Quick shot in on net. Little will catch up to it. Sorry, that was Hiltz. Catch up to it. Circle around the boards, up to the blue line and out. Milton's coming away with it down the left-hand side. D is there to hold it up. Policelli with the poke check. Milton picks it up on the bottom of the circle. They cut below the bottom out front, but they get turned back at the doorstep. Into the end boards. Back up to the hash marks. Plays broken up, low in the zone, chipped up to the blue line, but not out of the zone. Policelli picks it up. Stacy comes away down the left-hand side, trying to stay inside with it. Puck is tied up to the end boards. Stacy trying to backhand that puck out the slot. Gets a little bit high. They knock it down into the neutral zone. Harvey chips the puck ahead into the zone. 3 minutes remaining in this period and in regulation play. Chipped ahead in the neutral zone. Reisner is there for Harvey. He chips it off the boards back to himself. Takes it below the circle, backhanded pass out front, top of the crease, squirts over to the open corner. Into the hash marks. Puck goes the length of the ice. Icing will be the call at 2:35. Wow. This mad panic finish of this tie game is brought to you by Tim Hortons. There's going to be straight chaos for the next 2 minutes and 35 seconds. You can be sure. Down into the zone. Hogaboom backhands it up and out into the neutral zone. Puck gets sent right back in. Milton can't touch it as they have to tag up. Puck goes around the back of the net. Lambert pushes it ahead. Chips up in the neutral zone. Kenty trying to catch up to it. Chips it forward. Kenty comes away with it, slides across the front of the net, broken up. Rakowskis gets a piece of it, hangs on to it, side of the net, bottom down low, quick shot, side of the net, misses short side into the end boards. Broken up, quick shot out front, doesn't make it through. Players get tied up, puck goes in the end boards, chipped down in the corner. Hogaboom is there to hold the puck. It comes back up the blue line. Iannacci will fire towards it, gets broken down, and we're going to have a penalty called on Milton. Cross-checking, I thought it was going to, I was waiting to see. Cross-checking is the call. It was against Kenty, who was camped out high slot. They were trying to move him over. So with 1:43 remaining, we will be on the power play. And timeout has been called. There you go, timeout has been called by Oakville. Coach Nick wanted to make sure that he knows exactly what he's doing. Make sure boys are going into the right coverages and right lanes. I told you, 2 minutes and 35 minutes of chaos. I barely got the words out of it. And
look at the mini Milton and the mini Oakville.
Yeah, no, I know. You can't see them, but just right after us, I think there's probably a U10 or U11 Milton Oakville game. So there's, the younger boys watching the bigger boys. It's always a good time. You're gonna have to teach me how to use a cough button so I can mute the mic, because there probably is one.
I have to learn it. I'll learn it tonight.
Yeah, because I keep coughing in the mic, especially this time of year. So if there's a mute button that I can cough for just a second, I'm pretty sure everybody would appreciate all that. Don't worry, folks, I got your back. All right, here we go. All right, Face off, down and to the left of Milton. Kenty on the draw with Rakowskis, Lambert, Little, and Ing. Puck comes back up the blue line for Ing. Puck rolls on him and gets out of the zone. Cross ice feed. Kenty's looking to curl and pick it up. He'll grab it at the red line. He'll chip it in over the line. Puck is knocked down and sent the length of the ice. Ralph is there. He'll pick it up. He'll leave it for Ing. Ing will chip it over for Little. Ing will pick it up around the back of the net. Coming up the left-hand side. Pass is deflected off a stick. Milton will take it back into their zone. Broken up. Lambert knocks the pass down. He'll get ahead of it. Side of the net. Puck comes up to the blue line. Pass across for Rakowskis. Sent back down in the corner for Lambert. Lambert trying to feed it out front. Can't do it. Rakowskis picks it up in the corner. He'll send it back into the corner for Kenty. Up to the blue line. Cross ice feed for Ing. Top of the circle. Quick shot looking for the tip. Out front. Rebound. Another shot. Puck comes back up the blue line again for Ing. Ing will go D to D for Little. Top of the circle. Quick shot in on net. Down low. Into the end boards. Up the blue line. Not out. Set back down in. Little will have to wait for the tag up. Rakowskis picks up the loose puck, trying to keep it with them. Up to the blue line, 15 seconds. Puck gets sent the length of the ice. Reiser will pick it up and get 10 seconds on the clock. If you're fast about it, there might be one play. Rakowskis coming down with 3, 2, and that will do it on regulation play, as this one will go down as a tie. The boys will curl back and check in on everybody, and some glove tapping. Good little game of hockey there. As the boys squirt out into the benches, they'll go back and they'll talk about it. We learned a lot of stuff from that game that the coaches will want to use, I'm sure. But just as we sign things off here, let me once again remind you that tomorrow's game will be 5 o'clock tomorrow evening. It was 11-7 for Milton. So the final shots were 26-26. Thank you very much. We'll see you. Final shots were 26-26. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. So we will be tomorrow down for an interlock game against the Niagara Falls Canucks at 5 p.m. And then Friday, Saturday, coming up later in the week, we got a home-at-home against the 45s. And then we're off to Ottawa, down to Canada for that tournament. So that's the way this month is going to shape up. When you get a minute, please stop by the Instagram feed at Oakville Rangers 14A2012_2025, or stop by our YouTube page at Oakville Rangers U14A and check out all the things that our good friend Daryl Fonacier does for us right here installed on FSN, the home of your Oakville Rangers. Until tomorrow afternoon, thank you very much. Make sure you drive safe, and we will chat soon. Have a great day.